I always thought Las Vegas was indestructible. A city that could never fall. Then I saw what's really happening behind the bright lights, and I realized this isn't about gambling or tourists or even money anymore. It's about survival. Las Vegas, the city that was never supposed to sleep, is finally starting to blink. Behind the neon glow and the endless fountains, something fundamental is cracking, and no one wants to admit it. When you look at Vegas, you see an explosion of life. Billions in revenue, luxury towers scraping the sky, new mega casinos popping up every year. But what you're not seeing is the quiet, creeping decay underneath it all. Las Vegas is running out of the one thing that built its empire: illusion. The illusion of endless water. The illusion of endless money. The illusion of endless luck. And right now, all three of those illusions are breaking at once. Let's start with the first, most terrifying crack: water. Lake Mead, the massive reservoir that keeps Las Vegas alive, has been shrinking for over 2 decades. In 2023, it hit its lowest level since it was first filled in the 1930s. If you look at satellite photos, you'll see a stark white ring of minerals around the shoreline. Locals have a name for it: the bathtub ring. That ring isn't just a mark. It's the scar of a dying system. Vegas gets 90% of its water from Lake Mead. Think about that. No lake, no city. And while the fountains outside the Bellagio are still shooting water 150 feet into the air, the city behind that spectacle is quietly drilling deeper wells, recycling more water, and enforcing rationing. They don't advertise it, but they know the truth. In the end, the desert always wins. But it's not just the water. The math of Las Vegas no longer adds up. For decades, the city survived on one simple rule: if you build it, they will come. Casinos, hotels, malls, stadiums, it was a cycle of constant, relentless expansion. But if you look closer at the numbers today, a different story emerges. Visitor numbers are plateauing, hotel occupancy rates are slipping, and new, monstrously expensive mega-resorts like the $3.7 billion Fontainebleau are fighting over the same shrinking pool of tourists. Las Vegas was built for infinite growth, but infinite growth doesn't exist in the real world. Every casino is now fighting to look brand new while secretly cutting costs wherever they can. Even the iconic lights that define the Strip? More than half of them are now energy-efficient LEDs. Not for style, but to survive the crushing power bills. There's a social shift happening too. Back in the 2000s, Vegas was the ultimate escape for anyone chasing freedom and a bit of wildness. Now it's become an escape for corporations chasing tax breaks. Massive real estate firms have quietly bought up entire sections of the Strip. Private equity now controls more than half of the major resorts. And when these distant investors decide to leave, they take the profits with them, but they leave the jobs behind. Locals have a term for it: the Disneyfication of Vegas. Everything on the surface looks perfect, but the soul, the grit, the very essence of the city is being hollowed out. The biggest gamble of all, however, was the one that backfired. The casinos were supposed to make Vegas unstoppable. But the nature of gambling changed forever. It went online. Today, more people are placing bets on their phones than they are on the casino floors of Vegas. Why would you fly all the way to the desert when you can lose your money from the comfort of your own bed? The casinos saw this coming, of course, so they pivoted. They shifted their focus to entertainment, star-studded residencies, massive concerts, and professional sports teams. But this shift turned Vegas into something strange, a city that's just pretending to be itself. The grand gamble of reinvention came with an unexpected cost: its own identity. The truth is, Las Vegas was never natural. It was forced into existence, a shimmering mirage born of human arrogance. Water is pumped 300 miles from the Colorado River. Electricity is stolen from the Hoover Dam. Food and fuel are imported daily just to keep the fantasy running. Every single casino, every show, every light, it's all built on systems that were never designed to last this long. And now, one by one, those systems are starting to fail. If you talk to the people who actually live here, the ones who work behind the scenes, you'll hear the same quiet concern. It just feels different. The air is hotter. The rent is higher. And the locals, the very people who built this place, are being priced out and are starting to move away. As the water crisis deepens, front lawns are being banned. Swimming pools are shrinking, and you can feel the desert slowly reclaiming what belongs to it. Some call it the reverse illusion, that jarring moment when the magic finally wears off. and you see the harsh reality that was always lurking underneath. But here's where the story takes a truly bizarre turn. While the real, physical city struggles for its life, a digital version of it is rising. Las Vegas is now betting its future on AI casinos, digital twins, and virtual reality resorts, simulated cities where people can gamble, live, and spend money without ever setting foot in Nevada. They're calling it the Metaverse Strip, for investors. It's a perfect solution, no water bills, no scorching heat, no physical decay, but for the city itself, it's a death sentence in slow motion. Because when the digital version of your city becomes more profitable than the real one simply stops mattering. The dessert doesn't rush, it waits. Every single building in Vegas was built on borrowed land on sand that remembers what it looked like long before the neon arrived. You can see the signs if you look: cracks in foundations, rising heat, and a silent drought creeping under pipelines. This isn't a sudden collapse. It's a quiet erosion. The desert won't destroy Vegas in an instant. It just keeps whispering the same ancient truth: you were never supposed to be here. Everyone says Vegas is collapsing because of water or money or a lack of tourists. But I believe the real reason runs much deeper. Las Vegas is collapsing because it stopped believing in itself. The city that sold illusion to the world started to believe its own lie, the lie that the show could last forever. It isn't dying from drought, it's dying from disbelief. The magic only worked as long as people believed it was real. Now, they know better. And that is the real tragedy of Las Vegas. The lights are still on, and the shows still run, but if you stand far enough away and just watch, you can see it as city flickering like a dying bulb in the vast dark desert. This was Body Advantages, uncovering the hidden systems that build and break our world. If this story opened your eyes, please leave a like and subscribe for more cinematic documentaries that reveal what's really happening beneath the surface. Join us for our next episode. The Illusion Industry: How America Built Its Fake Dreams. Because sometimes the biggest gamble isn't losing your money. It's believing the illusion. Thank you for watching.